Ayo, what's up guys, it's me, the Great White here, back from another video, and this is what if deku was the Blind Swordsman Part 2, bro. And I have seen a large support, a large amount of support from the last video. And you know what? I love it. I just want to thank each and every one of you so much. And my goal right now is to reach 3K subscribers by the end of this month. If we can make that happen, I don't know what's gonna happen. For real, I do not know one thing of what's gonna happen. So it's only up to you guys to check if you are subscribed and hit that notification bell. Because I just enjoy making these what ifs, If you enjoy my what ifs, you better make sure to subscribe, alright? Also, I did say I wasn't gonna post for a week, but I didn't have no school today. So I decided to make a what if, just for today. And yeah, I won't be posting until next Wednesday. For real this time. And I don't think I have much to say. So, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, like if you like it, dislike it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And let's get right into this what if. So, we're gonna cut to, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. But, hey. Sup? Alright, anyways. Back to me, Back to the main subject. We're gonna cut to Izuku this time. Now, Izuku's just sitting on a chair, just playing around with the little sunglasses that Bakugo brought. And Bakugo, he's sitting on a chair across from, Kendo, as he brings up a subject. UA. Now, Izuku's just, listening to all this. Bakugo saying that he's gonna join UA, the best of the best, and become the #1 hero. Kendo on the other line says, well, I'm joining UA. And Bakugo gets defensive and says, oi, you ain't going to UA. I'm going to fucking UA. Kendo says, oh, are you trying to square up? I will fold your ass like a fucking omelet. And Bakugo responds saying, oh, I'll throw down. I'll throw down. I'm not afraid. And Izuku says, oh, come on. It's my birthday, guys. Just chillax on the whole subject, alright? And Bakugo and Kendo says, alright, just because it's his birthday. Izuku then says, so, both of you are trying to go into UA, right? And, Bakugo says, he crosses his hands and just says, yes, I am going to UA. Kendo says, well, if freaking Bakugo's going, I might as well go there and supervise him and not be an absolute dickwad. And Bakugo just yells at her saying, I am not a fucking dickwad. And Kendo says, alright then, Pomeranian dog. Bakugo just says, oh, just keep at it. Keep at it, bro. Keep at it. I swear, I will blow you into smithereens. And Kendo says, alright then, if you really believe that, show me. You have no balls. You're no man. And at this point, Bakugo's veins are popping, and he's about to explode. Izuku just says, alright. If you guys are going to UA, I'll go then. Both of them stop and turn and look at Izuku. Izuku can feel both of them looking straight at him. And Bakugo says, Izuku, I don't mean this in a negative way, but are you sure? And Kendo, she says, Izuku, we know, you want to be a hero and all, but, this is serious things we're talking about. And Izuku says, yeah, I'm serious. I want to join UA. I want to be a hero. And Kendo goes on to Izuku saying that, look, Izuku, #1, you're not very much social with other people. That's a lot for being a hero. You have to socialize with other people. #2, you have to talk to other people. I know what I said socializing, but you have to talk to them. I know for a fact you can't, trust anybody in there. You can barely trust people in our school, Izuku. So what makes you think that you can actually trust people at UA? And Izuku says, I don't care. As long as you guys are going, I'm going as well. Bakugo responds saying, Oi, nerd, I know how much you really talked on, when you were young. You said you want to become the number one hero, just like All Might. And at one point you changed, and you just started to babysit me, alright? You're acting more like my mother. So, look, Izuku, I, in my part, and probably in Kendo's part, believe that you should not go to UA at all. Izuku then, raises one eyebrow and says, okay, give me a reason why. Bakugo and Kendo look at each other and says, there's many reasons at the same time. And Izuku says, alright, is it because I'm blind? Bakugo and Kendo said, in silence. And Bakugo says, yes, you are. That's why we're saying. Kendo doesn't want to say it because she must have a pussy. So I'm just going to say it up here in front. You cannot become a hero. And Izuku's having this flashback of his own dad saying that. And Izuku says, say that shit again. He's clutching his fist. Bakugo says, I will repeat this to you as much as I can, for I can get through your thick, dumb skull. We don't want you to get hurt. So we're telling you right here and now, you cannot be a hero. You'll just be dead weight to a team. Izuku then says, alright then, if you really believe that, then I'll prove it to you. Bakugo says, huh? One up me, my man. Bakugo and Kendo were like, what? Like, is he serious? Izuku says, square up. Like, you believe I can't do anything. You're sounding like my dad. Alright? And Bakugo just says, oh, don't just say that, like, don't blurt that name out, I am not like your dad. You are just like my dad. Okay? Don't say shit that I can't do, alright? Because that shit hurts. Alright? So I'm gonna prove it to you that I could become a hero. And I don't need no one's permission. Alright? I'm no bitch boy. I am no dead weight. I'm a person who believes in what he believes. So if you really believe that I cannot become a hero, then show me. Fight me right here and now. Kendo says, Bakugo, don't give in. And Bakugo says, oh, okay, nerd. If you really believe that you can become a hero, then I'll show you by force that you cannot become a hero. Kendo says, Bakugo! And Bakugo, he was charging up a little bit of an explosion. And Izuku powers up his quirk. Veins start popping from his hands. And both of them, Bakugo going for a huge explosion towards Izuku. Izuku having with that right hook. Both of them charging at each other. Kendo maximizing her hand. Put it between them. Bakugo hurt Kendo's hand, but Izuku stopped midway, saying, Kendo, you're lucky I didn't hit you. Kendo says, oi, Bakugo, calm yourselves. You're acting like children. Look, Izuku, Bakugo's just saying that because he's worried about you. Alright? He doesn't really mean any of that. He's just worried, alright? We're all worried for you, Izuku. Because you know how much heroes put their lives on the line to protect other people, and we're trying to protect you. Izuku responds saying, I am not a child. I could stand up for myself. Kendo, I could stand up. And I don't need you to pick me up always, every time, like I was a child back then. I worked hard every single day for my entire life. I want to become a hero, and I want people to notice how great I am. I want to surprise the world of who I am and leave a mark on this world, even if it means me dying. At least I will just leave some inspiration for other people who has the same damn blindness as me, for they can know that they can become heroes instead of some people calling them useless. Alright? Kendo, I know how much you really care, alright? I know you're just worried. But you know, everyone dies. I am not afraid of death. I know you wanted to protect me from this world. That's why I trusted you two, and only you two. You are like family to me. Alright? I need your support. Not this senseless... Whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. Bakugo tisk and just says, I'm watching TV. I don't need to hear this shit anymore. Kendo says, oh god, why did this happen? Look, Izuku, I care for you a lot. Kendo puts her hand on Izuku's hand. Izuku can feel the warmth coming out of her little hand. Izuku says, I know you actually worry for me a lot. And that's what I like about you. Kendo, her heart is, beating, a little bit racing, but, she took that under consideration. Bakugo then yells out, Oi! Nerds and nerdettes! Come look at this! And Kendo says, what isn't now? And Bakugo says, look. He then points at the TV. Kendo gets up from the chair and runs towards the TV. Izuku's still sitting on the chair. A little bit disappointed that Kendo left, his hand there. Just let go like that. And Kendo says, wait, is that Inko? Izuku hearing that word, he turns and books it towards the TV. He falls a little bit, but he gets up. He then faces towards the TV and hears what the reporter has to say. As a reporter puts on a live feed of Inko dodging attacks from this man with a strange crow mask, Bakugo and Kendo basically narrates it for Izuku, for he can actually see. Izuku tries to see through the television, but as he activates his quirk, it's just a kind of orb, or not like their physical appearance, but like it's weird to pronounce, or not weird to pronounce. It's actually difficult to explain. But they're just a ball of mist. It's very difficult for Izuku to see them while on television than it is to person. That's actually one of the backlashes of having this type of quirk. He's not able to see through the television very clearly as the others. Or not as clearly as seeing a person face to face. So as Izuku tries to activate his quirk, activates his quirk and tries to see to the television, it does not work at all. He's barely able to see them. It feels as if he's desperately trying to find where his mother is. But Bakugo and Kendo is narrating this whole thing, saying that it seems that she's holding a little girl. What's happening? I don't know, but I think she's fighting a villain? Wait, is that Hoso City? Yeah, She said that she'll be there in like at least 30 minutes or so. Come back 30 minutes. But as Izuku says, alright, let me hear this. He hears a reporter says that the former, or a retired hero, known as Lotus, the swordsman, and about her past as well. About how she killed a villain live on television. Because she was saving one of her, well, a civilian. She was forced to kill a villain live on television in front of people. And due to that, she lost a lot of reputation. And made her, well, have all this backlash. She retired. She was a number 15 hero, and people just told her that what she did was horrible. How could she kill a villain? But she had to. She had to kill that villain to save a civilian. But someone that was close to her as well. Not just any civilian. It was part of her family as well. More or less, a colleague of her. As Izuku gets a little flashback of how Inko and him trained. Saying that, well, your skills have improved a lot, Izuku. That I have to notice. But they're still lacking. You need to focus on your surroundings more than what's in front of you. Izuku responds saying, but I can't see in front of me. I had to use my quirk. Inko then stops Izuku saying, well, you don't need to use your quirk to see, Izuku. Izuku says, I have a chance to see. And Inko responds saying, well, how long? Izuku then stops saying, I could see for at least a minute or so before my eyes start irritating and make me want to close or stop the quirk. And Izuku, Inko then hits Izuku on the top of the head with a wooden sword, saying, that's the problem. If you overuse your quirk, it'll start irritating your eyes and also your body. Remember, it takes a lot out of you just to use your quirk. That's why you must already use what you have. You don't need to use your sight or anything. You have other traits as well, such as your hearing. That we need to focus on more. And Izuku says, alright then. At least give me some motivation or something. Inko strikes the floor with a wooden sword and just leans on it and says, here are the 7 things that you need to work on. Number 1, you need to accept everything for the way it is. Number 2, do not seek pleasure for your own sake. Number 3, do not under any circumstances depend on a partial feeling. Number 4, think lightly on yourself and deeply of the world. Alright, Izuku. What does that even mean? Inko just responds saying, well, think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. What do you think that means? Well, not judge myself that much? And think about the world? Inko just an utter belief. Inko responds saying, well, I don't know either, alright? I was told by my master, and I still don't get it to this day. I was hoping that you will know it as well. And Izuku responds saying, that's fucking stupid. Inko says, quiet. Don't you dare cuss on your mom. Alright then. We'll continue on with the steps. Also, number 5, never be jealous. Number 6, be indifferent to where you live. Number 7, do not pursue the taste of good food. If I serve you shitty food, you will eat the shitty food. Izuku responds saying, but, Mom, I like good food. Well, eat everything that's on the table. Not everything's gonna give, luxurious food or everything. I regret teaching you how to cook as well. You almost caused the whole apartment on fire. 5 times so far. And Izuku responds, because I'm fucking blind. I cut myself at least 13 times so far. And Inko responding, but you will keep on at it until you're able to cook. Look, Izuku, it's killed or be killed in this world. I learned that the hard way. You must learn how to survive by yourself because I won't be here for your whole life. I won't be cooking for your whole life. One day, you'll be out there by yourself. You need to cook. You need to clean. I won't always be there. Never. If you're in a fight, you must fight by yourself. If you run away, then you lose everything that I have taught you so far. Never become a coward. Fight until your heart depends on it. Fight for the people around you. Fight for being a hero. I wish I was back as being a hero. And Izuku responds saying, well, what happened? Some things happen, alright? Can't go in really much into detail because he'll just see me as a... Izuku responding as a what? It doesn't matter anyways. Let's begin back to training. And Inko would just try to attack Izuku with a wooden sword. Izuku would respond, blocking it with his wooden sword, and both of them attacking each other. End of flashback. Now we're back to Izuku in reality. As Izuku is listening to the reporter and what's happening. Now we're gonna cut to Inko, who is trying to dodge the best he can. The best she can. As he dodges every attack that this man is giving, Izuku would actually hear everything, even the man's voice. And the reporter finally says, we have able to identify this person. His name, Kai. His villain name, Overhaul. Izuku then says, Overhaul? Overhaul? I think I heard of this name before, but I'm not sure where. Anyways, Izuku focused onto the screen. Or hearing it, actually. As Bakugo and Kendo are just looking. And they are nervous. Their sweat are dripping. Sweat drips down their face and everything. They are scared for Inko. But Inko's moving very fast, even holding a little child in her arms. Inko's dodging every attack that Overhaul gives and just waiting for the heroes to come. But Inko's getting slower and slower by the second. She hasn't gone this far yet. She has always trained Izuku every day, which brought a lot of stress on her body. She's not as fast as she was back then. Her old hero. I forgot to say, back when she was a hero. As Inko dodges spikes from the floor and from above her, she needs to keep them in a distance. Even though she's holding a child, she must not get them near the civilians. She tries her best to dodge as much as she can, but she's losing a lot of her stamina. She jumps back and lands on a wall, just hard enough to let all the air inside her body to gasp out. And she's just tired. She's breathing heavily, and the camera is focused on Inko. Inko's holding on to the little girl who's crying and saying to let go of her. If she doesn't, she'll die. Inko does not let go of her until a bunch of spikes go straight for her. And everything's in slow motion. Inko in her mind thinking, so this guy really thinks he is able to hurt her as well? Does he have no remorse? As she slowly sees all the spikes going towards her and the little girl, she needs to make a choice. Either to try and push the girl away, and hopefully she makes it out good, or both of them get skewered alive. She knew what she had to do. She threw away the girl on the left side, pushing, not actually throwing her away as far as she can. A bunch of spikes goes through her intestines, through her chest, through her shoulder, and to her legs. She was skewered right there and then on live camera. As the cameras who were focused on Inko cut, because they don't want to show it on live media. Actually on the live... I don't know how to say it, like freaking on live television there. As Izuku could hear the cracks of the bones crack. Even though the camera was very far away from Inko, Izuku could hear that. The slightest crack. Bakugo and Kendo started to cry. Izuku started to cry as well, but not normal tears. Bloody tears. He's been overusing his quirk. Blood drips down his face as Kendo and Bakugo notice. Bakugo just hitting the wall saying, "Damn it! Damn it!" And Kendo's just dropping to the ground. Kendo looks at Izuku and he's just still as a board. Crying. Bloody tears. Kendo just hugs Izuku. And Izuku was just there, stiff as a cardboard, trying to image what happened. What happened to her. Now we're gonna cut to Inko. As Inko is slowly bringing her hands up, she's still alive. Even though her whole body was pierced, blood dripping, she still had enough will in her to keep on fighting. But she was how do you pronounce it? Incapacitated. She was unable to move, but only her arm. She saw the little girl get taken by the man with a beak-like mask. But she then faces her head towards the little a little plastic bag that she held with a little cake. It was all mushed, but she could vaguely see Izuku's name. And she says, I'm sorry I couldn't keep on fighting. I really am. Please, forgive me." As her hand drops, paramedics roll in and try to stabilize her. They take away all the spikes that was in her and try to heal her right away. They bring him into a little ambulance and take her off. Izuku was just at home crying. Just Kendo and Izuku holding each other crying. Bakugo is just slamming his fist against the wall, tears flowing down his face. Crying as well. As 5 hours pass from that time, Izuku got or heard his little cell phone. Now, as Izuku heads towards his phone, Kendo and Bakugo are just there, not crying anymore, but trying to recollect on what's happening, and hoping for the best for Inko. As Izuku grabs the phone, since he could hear it very well, grabs the phone and answers it. It's the hospital, saying that she's stable, but they need to come as fast as they can. Izuku then tells Bakugo that she's at the hospital, and they need to get there as fast as they can at all. And Bakugo says, "Alright then, nerd, let's go." As all of them ran, they see Mitsuki outside, going to her car, and Bakugo yells out, "Oi! Get us a ride as well!" And Mitsuki was like, "Huh? Uh, Bakugo? Why the hell are you guys outside?" As Kendo is just holding onto Izuku's hand, dragging him around. And Bakugo says, "Inko's at the hospital. We need to go there as fast as they can now. Fast as we can now." And Mizuki understands this. She gets in the car and says, "Hop in." All of them run, just not run, drive all the way to the hospital as fast as they can. Once they get to the front desk, the lady, she brings Bakugo, but she then says, as all of them are outside of the door, she then says, "Only one visitor. Alright? Only one can go inside." They tell the nurse that Izuku will go first. As Izuku would get accompanied by the nurse, as Izuku goes on and uses quirk, he's able to see his mother, but parts of her were missing. Izuku then says, "How is she?" The nurse just says nothing. Izuku then responds saying, "How is she?" The nurse responds saying, "She's stable, but we're not sure how long she will last. She has a 3% chance of coming back, but if she does come back, she might not be able to walk or talk for a long time." Izuku clenching his fist, biting his lip, making it bleed, as he sees his mother, incapacitated. Parts of her body are missing, and a breathing tube down her mouth. Izuku cannot see her at all. She, not physically, but he could see the outline of her. It's like Dorodoro. That's all I have to say. Like Dorodoro. And Izuku was sad. Very sad. As he just goes on and holds on to his mother's hand. It's cold. Not like the warmth that he felt a long time ago. It's cold. And Izuku brings it up to his forehead and says, "Keep on fighting." And puts it slowly down. The nurse accompanies Izuku out, and one by one, they go out. They go in and out, and in and out. As Mitsuki, everyone goes in the car. Mitsuki asks if they want to hang out, at least if they want to stay at her house. Izuku then just says no, and he'll just go back to his little apartment. Kendo accompanies Izuku to his apartment, and Izuku thanks Kendo for bringing, him up. And Kendo says, "I'm really sorry for your mother." And Izuku says, "It's alright." Izuku then closes the door. He goes inside and goes on a rage. He goes on and breaks the table. He goes and screams out his lungs out and just break everything. He's in vitally rage and could not control himself at all. He just breaks down and cries and just says, "How can I keep on accepting everything that the way it is?" He can't accept this. He can't. Not even the slightest. He can't accept that his mom's gonna die. No, not while going out without a fight. Izuku was, depressed and did not go back to school for at least a couple of weeks. Izuku just stayed in his room, tried the best to cook himself a meal, or Mizuki would drop by and give him some food. But Izuku needs to keep on and move forward. He wants to be a hero, just like his mother. But the memory of his father comes back to him, saying how useless he is, and how he always will be useless. Izuku just pushes back that memory, but in the back of his brain, and focuses on the future. He needs to keep on moving forward instead of being depressed for the rest of his life. He accepts the way everything is, and will keep on moving forward, no matter how painful it is. Izuku then, from then on, trains his body to an absolute limit. He will then start to hurt himself while doing it. He needs to know the best of his abilities. The doctor did say that he has a little healing factor, but how long will it really last? Or how effective will it really be? He goes out to his little training area where his and his mother would always go. He has a vast memory of where it is, and Izuku will get there. He will grab his mother's sword and his training sword as well. He also noticed that there's modes on his Inko's sword. One mode for being as dull and unsharpened that it cannot even cut a tomato. And another mode that will make it as sharp and strong as ever. There's two modes, and it's almost like she could easily flick it. There's like a little switch on the where a little hilt on the blade. Izuku then tries his best to memorize parts of his body on where is the most effective and where is not, and how he should take down his enemies. He then believes that he needs to take down and cut their muscle tendons, but they're the most difficult to get on the arms and legs, and also the ankles. He has to cut their muscle fibers. Without them, the person cannot move. He harms himself, but to a large degree. He will heal himself while using the quirk. Sometimes he'll cough out blood since he's using too much of his quirk, or too much time and limit to his quirk. He will then train his body to the maximum to handle his quirk better and better. He would start doing this training exercise like Asta would do. 1,000 push-ups, 1,000 sit-ups, and just the regular thing that Asta would actually do. Strokes with his sword and everything. He'll try his best. For a full-on year, Izuku would not go to school. But Bakugo and Kendo would drop off some of Izuku's homework and also tell him to come back to school, but Izuku would refuse. Izuku would try to build his body like crazy and succeed on one thing and one thing only, his goal on killing or taking down Overhaul and becoming the hero that his mom wishes to be. If he ever sees or knows where Kai's location, it will be kill or be killed in this world. So he's really prepared on killing and expecting to be killed along with it. He trains his body to the maximum, to the point where he has at least an 8-pack, but scars all around his body thanks to his healing factor. So far he's able to heal parts of his body. If it's a deep open wound, it will cause around like 10 seconds for it can completely heal. If it's a shallow wound, it will cost at least 2 seconds to heal. Izuku noticed and noted it. Now, Izuku would be 17. Izuku would hate his birthday and would always visit Inko at the hospital almost every month. Always tell him what he's doing and how he's going on in his life and how much he actually misses her little rant and training, and regrets not being there for her. Sometimes he'll cry, sometimes he'll not. But he'll always train and train hard. Izuku will come back to school, learn everything. He's pretty much very smart for being a 17-year-old and everything. He doesn't really go to school though, which is a real problem for his attendance. But he doesn't really care. As long as he does the work, it's good enough for him. Now he has at least 10 months for the UA entrance exam, and he's fully well prepared to do it. Who knows what the future might hold for Izuku, whether it be a bloody one or a heroic one. Now this is where I'm going to end up, guys. I'm sorry if it's not as long or detailed as you liked. I had some things to do, and I am going to do, I'm going to keep on doing this story and all. But please, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like if you like it, dislike it. I'm not going to upload for at least a week or so. This time is serious. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed.